Good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor to be here amongst such distinguished guests, and I must thank Mr. Atre to have called me here. I represent the sport of polo today in this forum, and some of you may not know that Chandigarh as a city has historically hosted polo matches, and now organizing the official Indian Polo Association season. This is going to be a second one. We did the first one in December 2024, and the upcoming one is starting on the 29th of March 2026. Just to keep it a little interesting, small background about polo. Some of you may already know, but the sport of polo has come from India. It is an international sport. It is played extensively in the US, in Argentina, but the sport actually started from India. And in polo, the rounds that are played in polo are called chakkars, and they are called chakkars all over the world. The word chakkar has come from India. Also, the word polo has come from word pulu. Pulu was the name of that small ball which was used to play polo back in the day in India. It was in Manipur that the sport evolved on small ponies, very small ponies, and they used to make a ball with tightly tying some ropes together and make like a rough round ball. It used to be called pulu. And when Britishers came to India, they saw that sport. They created some rules around it, and they started playing it, and they popularized it in the rest of the world. So that's where the word polo comes from. But unfortunately, or I would say for certain reasons, polo is not very commonly understood by masses. There is a connotation of royalty attached to the sport of polo, and truly so, because it's a very expensive game. The number of horses that you require, the kind of preparation that is required, and the luxury of time that is required to play polo and to watch polo is not what is commonly available in India. We are a highly densely populated country, and while most of us are trying to make the ends meet, playing polo or relishing the sport has been far-fetched. But the way our country is now changing, we have new millionaires. We have, back in the day, the AC or the basic necessities were not available to masses. Now everybody has an AC in the house, or largely available. So the overall appetite of our Indian population, especially with this new entrepreneurship regime that we are seeing, a lot of new startups and a lot of new wealth that is coming into India, there is an increasing demand for the sport of polo. Also, the sport of polo is now played in a different format, which makes polo a lot more accessible for not just the players or investors, but also for audience. Traditional polo is played on a field of about 22 acres, and I grew up in Jaipur, and I used to go and go to see polo matches. We could hardly see the ball. It was a small ball, and it was a far end in the ground, and we could not see who has the possession, and who committed a foul, and why was that penalty given. We could not understand the game at all. We would go to see polo to just meet our friends and support our team, and the guy on the mic would say so and so team won, so we got to know. So we would clap 10 seconds after the goal was actually hit. So it was very hard to understand that sport. With the new format, which is called the arena polo format, just like the cricket and football, we are seeing the arenas are shortening, the time frame of the sport is shortening, and the racquetball sports, we are seeing this new sports are coming, paddle and the likes. which is making that sport more accessible for a larger number of people. Similarly, arena polo makes this sport accessible, and that's what we started out in 2020, 2021, soon after COVID. We've been preparing for it for much long before. We had the privilege to host the delegates from 35 countries at G20 Summit when it happened in Chandigarh. We organized an exhibition polo match, and the governor at that time was very, Mr. Raj Purohit was very impressed with it, and he said that why don't you do it permanently here. So while we did not get the land sanction, we had some amongst us, family and friends, we had a piece of land. We started playing polo there. And one fine day somebody said that we are doing it well enough, why don't you apply to the Indian Polo Association to get recognized. And we applied, we got the recognition, and then since then we've been scaling up. Now we have an arena which is floodlit, we can play polo at night. Another way we are making polo accessible, because in summers you could otherwise not play polo, it's too hot for horses. But since there is a night facility, we can play polo at night also. That expands the window from 6 months to 9 months a year. So my today's agenda to come here was to share the fact that Chandigarh now is recognized by Indian Polo Association as a region where all the players, all the teams from the whole of country come to play for that particular week. The way it works in polo is that starting from October until March, every city hosts the season. It's Jaipur prominently, Delhi, Jodhpur, Hyderabad, Calcutta, Mumbai, and now Chandigarh has been recognized and has been given a one week window where we organize and host the polo season, and teams from all across India come and play. So I would welcome all of you to join us from 29th of March until 4th of April to experience the sport in a new format. And if you haven't seen polo, it's going to be really, really exciting for you. Talking a little bit more about the format of the sport. We in arena polo, we have 6 players on 3 aside, and we have 2 umpires that come from the Indian Polo Association. We have observers from IPA which come to observe your handicaps. So the incentive for these teams to come and play here is that they get to show their sports skill to the handicap committee so that their handicaps could be revised or increased. And the other incentive is obviously to come and see the new region and to see the city beautiful. So that's more or less of what I wanted to cover today. I must congratulate Mr. Atre once again that literature and sports they go so well, and there's so much content out there on sports that people have started to enjoy, that I think this particular forum will keep growing, and at some point in time we hope that there's a wide variety of content out there on the history and the current affairs of polo, and maybe we can include that content in the next episode of this event as well. So thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Question, please. Sorry. This one. So, yeah. Oh, then toss.
Let's
Okay. So quickly, would love to know a little bit about where does this glamour which is attached to polo come from, and the history behind it.
So basically, polo players have very limited time for their families. So their families come to the polo field. And historically, these families have been royal families and socialites. So they like to get dressed, be seen in a particular way. So I think that's where glamour came from.
And the hats and the
hats and boots. We actually have a ladies hats and boots hour on the 4th of April during the season. Yeah, we do have that. It's all there on the district. You can book the tickets and passes there.
The only thing I didn't hear is where exactly is this happening in this tri-city?
So this is now it is Sector 12 of Chandigarh. It is more commonly known as Khudda Lohara, right across PGI. When you cross PGI, you go towards Forest Hill. It's on the left side. You will see the stadium lights there. So we have a night polo facility there. You won't miss it once you're on that road.
Okay. Is there a itinerary or agenda or a...
There is a day-to-day plan available on our Instagram handle. It's Chandigarh Polo without a gap. It's on Instagram.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Thank you.